Oh, Georgia. Tax incentive aside, I can't imagine shooting this film anywhere but Georgia. It was like the most remarkable place to work. The people are amazing and friendly. The crew is fantastic and kind and very professional and knows what they're doing. And the locations are like staggering.
I think all actors here come onto a movie set and feel the realism and all the details.
Part of it's the South, I guess. The people here are really, really sweet.
The crews are very professional. They're very nice.
My gals are ready. Yeah, teamwork. There was definitely a sense of community.
Every person that you meet, they're all plugged into this frequency. There's a joy on the set. There's a sense of appreciation, and there's a sense of what can I do to help? Sure, no problem. That kind of harmony is like hard to put together.
We all get there together, we don't get there at all.
The town and the city and the state opens their arms to you and embraces you, and they want you there and you feel needed.
The Georgia Film Commission was gracious enough to take him around and show him some of these spots before we got here.
You have identification on it?
We're just on our way to work at NASA, sir.
I had no idea they hired.
There are quite a few women working in the space program.
It's flat land, green, it's beautiful. We had the most amazing locations. And I'm sort of a country girl. Like, it just took me back to the South.
Atlanta's been great. We were able to find all of the locations that we needed.
I guess what impressed me the most about Atlanta was a lot of the exterior buildings still look like the 1960s. And I was like, where did you find this place?
Everything was authentic. Georgia has a great sense of history and great old buildings as well as new architecture. It's just like a perfect place to shoot.
Lockheed Martin, the wind tunnel, and Clay National Guard Base were two of the more cinematic-looking locations that we've had.
Lockheed Corporation has a wind tunnel here that's of the same period as the wind tunnel that was at Langley at the time. And that wind tunnel is no longer there. In fact, I think there's less than 10 of those types of wind tunnels in the country now. And this may have been the only one we could have shot in.
If you were a white male, would you wish to be an engineer?
I wouldn't have to. I'd already be one.
Lockheed Martin was incredible for us, and I met great people there, and they were just so supportive of the film. And then Clay National Guard.
That hangar was period correct, too, which is one thing that drew Ted there in the beginning. It was one of very few period correct hangars big enough to show the training of the astronauts. So in that respect, it was pretty great.
Clay National Guard was really an opportunity to recreate a moment that really did happen. We simply recreated the press conference that happened in real time.
What do you ladies do for NASA?
Calculate your trajectories.
I will tell you, this movie has brought some locations that I'm like, okay, I have to come back here.
Win Thomas took me to Morehouse College, right? And so I think I have found the exterior of NASA. It's just this old, very revered African-American school, and they're all 1960s buildings.
When we went to Morehouse, where we shot a piece of NASA, there's a hall called Frederick Douglass Hall that's a round building.
And it looks like a round dome. I said, that's the Space Task Group.
It had a mixture of the older red brick buildings and some newer buildings, and then there are a couple of geodesic domes. So the domes we will stick in to the wide shots with visual effects. But other than that, the Morehouse College worked very well for the exterior of NASA. It looks very similar.
There was also a high school that we took over. It was closed down. And that's where a lot of the NASA, like we turned the auditorium into the Space Task Unit.
I think NASA was broken down into 5 different locations on this film and put together seamlessly to make one place, which is kind of cool.
I was like, wow, this used to be a basketball court. So it was stuff like that that they were able to create.
It was the bigger pieces like that. Emory Hospital, I think he had seen, and Fort Mac, which we did a lot of filming in. The IBM was at Fort Mac.
Catherine, we all gonna end up unemployed riding around in this pile of junk. You're welcome to walk the 16 miles. Or sit in the back of the bus.
We were actually able to find quite a few period cars from the 50s and 60s through the state of Georgia. There's just a lot of pluses from a location standpoint here, so it really worked for us.
If I had to do this movie all over again, and I didn't even have a tax incentive, I'd go to Jordan. Now you know why it's called Hollywood East.